The top stories. Foreign Minister Taye warns ATMI's transition of uncertainty and chaos in the Horn of Africa. And Ethiopia earns over $490 million from horticulture exports. This is the ABC World, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the news with me, Farah Lago. Now, in a significant statement, Ethiopia's Foreign Minister Taye Asqaselasi has emphasized the importance of a smooth transition from the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, ATMIS. The Foreign Minister warned that any mismanagement of this transition could lead to significant instability and chaos in the Horn of Africa. In a post on X, the Foreign Minister stated ATMIS transition should not lead to a huge uncertainty and chaos in the Horn of Africa. He also stressed that the transition must not undermine the hard-won gains against dangerous regional and international terrorist groups. Yesterday, Ethiopia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement expressing deep concern over the ongoing transition. The ministry warned that the region is entering uncharted waters with potential threats to Ethiopia's national security. The statement criticized external actors, including Somalia's government, for allegedly working to destabilize the region. The ministry reiterated Ethiopia's commitment to peace in Somalia and the broader region, urging all parties involved in the new peace support mission to consider the legitimate concerns of regional countries and troop-contributing countries. Moving on, Saudi Arabia and Ethiopia are enhancing their economic relationship with the establishment of a new business council for the 2024-2028 term. Announced by the Federation of Saudi Chambers, the Saudi-Ethiopian Business Council aims to boost trade and investment opportunities between the two nations. The council, approved by the General Authority for Foreign Trade, will be led by Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Ajmi, with a focus on key sectors like agriculture, mining, petrochemicals, and tourism. Despite Ethiopia's significant economic potential, current trade between the two countries remains modest at below $346 million. The new council seeks to capitalize on untapped opportunities and foster strong business partnerships to enhance economic ties. Al-Ajmi highlighted Ethiopia's attractive investment environment and strategic role as a trade hub for Central Africa, which the council aims to leverage. This initiative follows a recent agreement during the Saudi-Ethiopian Business Forum in Addis Ababa, where over 250 investors and officials from both countries gathered to discuss economic cooperation. The council is seen as a vital platform for Saudi and Ethiopian businesses to expand their activities, create new partnerships, and drive mutual growth, contributing to a more integrated economic landscape between the two nations.
እስከዳር እስከዳር ሀገራችን በዓል አዲሱን ዓመት
And now moving to stories selected for detailed analysis, participants of the 46th Least Developed Countries Expert Group meeting stated that the newly built Adwa Memorial Museum exactly represents the history of the Black people. The expert group expressed they were awestruck by the capital city's development, noting that Addis Ababa is emerging as a beacon of progress in Africa. The 46th meeting of Least Developed Countries Expert Group held in Addis Ababa has provided a platform for global experts to reflect on Ethiopia's rich history and rapid development. Goshu Melissa reports.
The diplomatic hub Addis Ababa finds itself in sweeping reforms to be one of the cleanest cities in Africa as well as across the globe. Participants of the 46th Least Developed Countries Expert Group meeting who paid visit to Adwa Memorial Museum and Unity Park said the newly built Memorial Museum exactly represents the history of Black people.
For me, I'm from Italy, so it's very important to learn the history of colonialism in Ethiopia, and then the relationship between Italy and Ethiopia after colonialism. And for me, this museum, it's powerful, and I think it really represents how Black people are, and Black people from Africa are powerful, and they want to protect their culture, their tradition, and their independence as well.
The city of Addis Ababa is growing every day. We come to, I think, visit Addis Ababa maybe 3 times every year on national duties, and every time I come, you see construction taking place. The site we visited just now, the park, as we saw it, it is a very impressive construction facility. It's a good vision by the government of Ethiopia, and thanks to the leadership. I think from what you have heard, it tells us the history behind maybe the development of Ethiopia, the birth of Ethiopia, coming from those days when Ethiopia was under colonialism, I think by the Italians that time, in the 1800s. And then the leaders then thought it wise to bring out Ethiopia to become an independent country.
Talking to EBC World, they really impressed over the development of the city.
I can see that the city is developing very fast. I see many buildings being developed, but at the same time, leaving space for green parks and green spaces, and also spaces for people to meet and to stay together.
We also saw that there are many people, young and old again, that have been employed at that facility. Even as we moved along the roads in town, in the city, you see lots of construction taking place with many people, boys and girls, male, women employed. And it's a very just good facility. And it contributes to the freshness of the city as well. We liked it very much.
Evans, who came from Malawi, believes that the city will be one of the tourist destinations and the hotel industry will be boosted.
We are here at the Unity Park. The same thing, you see people here around, behind me, in front of me, people coming in, going out. We have passed through the Friendship Park. I visited the Friendship Park last year in October. Fantastic, it's very good. And this attracts tourists. It brings in money, because when tourists come, they spend their dollars, euros, even the local currency, the Ethiopian birr. Those that are coming from outside of Addis Ababa, they will come in, they will boost the hotel industry, the lodges, because you spend 1 or 2 nights here, you leave some birrs, but also those foreigners, they will leave some foreign exchange money.
The government of Ethiopia has been taking several moves to enable the tourism sector to play its fair share to the economy.
Ethiopia's ongoing macroeconomic reforms are signaling a clear shift toward market-oriented economy and strong partnership with global financial institutions. That's according to the outgoing EU ambassador to Ethiopia, Roland Kobia. In an interview with the Ethiopian news agency, Ambassador Kobia praised the country's macroeconomic reform policy, calling it a crucial step toward economic transformation. He highlighted the significance of Ethiopia's efforts to modernize its economy and integrate more deeply into the global market. Ambassador Kobia also pointed out that Ethiopia's successful negotiations with the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank have led to substantial financial support package. These arrangements are seen as a reflection of the strong international backing for Ethiopia's reform agenda. Have a listen to this.
I hope that this partnership can bring added value in the sense that it will create a space for dialogue. It will open the opportunity for Ethiopia and us, the partners, to sit around the table regularly and to talk about the policies, the initiatives, the different measures that need to be taken by Ethiopia in order to increase your comparative advantage.
The ambassador added that this deal is expected to pave the way for significant reforms, particularly in addressing foreign exchange challenges, as a crucial step toward stabilizing the country's economy in the long term. Speaking on the European Union's support for Ethiopia, the ambassador detailed the Union's development assistance, which includes managing a funding envelope of €1 billion. This assistance is aimed at supporting Ethiopia's ongoing development and reform initiatives.
I hope that it will enable Ethiopia to get back on its feet economically, to overcome some difficult years, and to be more competitive on the global markets. If these reforms are carried out, I strongly believe that Ethiopia will have a much better macroeconomic situation. But on the micro level, it is important also to recreate, to improve the business environment.
And finally, in business, the Ethiopian Horticulture Producers Exporters Association says strong commitment has resulted in the increment of performance in the horticulture sector in Ethiopia. The association told the EBC that it has generated over $490 million from the export of horticulture products over the past 11 months. Habtamu Shagri has more on that.
Ethiopia is one of the leading horticulture products exporting countries into the international market.
So that they can...
Talking to BBC English, Head of Promotion and Information Service, Msrach Branu, said the association has secured over $490 million over the past 11 months. According to Msrach, the association is working hard to help horticulture producers to comply crucial capacity to have skilled business development.
In this fiscal year, according to the data that I got from the Ministry of Agriculture, the 11th month's performance is about 494,000 million USD dollar that we got. Last year, it was concluded by 630 million USD. So still we have left with 1 month, so we do expect to reach 600,000.
She underlined her association is undertaking a lot of activities to create favorable business environment for horticulture actors.
We do have Hortiflora exhibition. I don't know if you heard of it. We are hosting this event in the next year, March. So it's an international event where all industry players from globally will be here to have B2B meetings and exhibit their product. So it's a big platform, so we organize such kind of events to link them with the right suppliers and importers.
The Ethiopian Horticulture Producers and Exporters Association organized TVET centers in a bid to create awareness how farmers to produce horticultural products to comply in a national standard.
We do have a TVET center which supported the farm to comply the international standards. So we support them on integrated pest management, waste management, and also safe use of chemicals and harvesting. And we do have our own certifications, which starts from bronze, silver to gold level. The silver level is benchmarked to the international global GAP certificate, so this helps the farm to meet the standard of the international market demand.
The Ethiopian Horticulture Producers and Exporters Association is alertly working to fulfill the demand of European Union regulation for developing economies.
Well, dear viewers, you have been watching ABC World. Now a quick recap of the top stories. Foreign Minister Taye warns amidst transition of uncertainty and chaos in the Horn of Africa.